My name is Aeiramique Glass Blake. I'm the Director of Generation Justice, and I also am a restorative justice consultant. I am now a candidate for the 51st Congressional District.
Aeiramique Glass Blake wants to take her skills to Congress.
A lot of the work that I do is really holding people accountable and problem solving and conflict resolution and coming up with real solutions to everyday issues.
The former mental health counselor turned community activist announced her bid on Facebook.
From a child, my mom and my grandmother prepared me not only to be a community servant, but to be a leader. I'm announcing my run for the 51st Congressional District.
Blake says it was her mom who encouraged her to run for Congress.
It wasn't a hard decision. It was more so about the timing. When was the timing going to be right?
Blake's decision comes as more women than ever before are serving in Congress, with political newcomers beating out well-known incumbents. Still, Blake says her biggest inspiration to enter the race came from her own advocacy work, which she feels has sharpened her leadership skills and exposed disparities. Blake founded Generation Justice, a youth-led organization advocating for criminal justice reform. In June, Blake was arrested after several days of sleeping outside of San Diego City Hall to protest the criminalization of people who are unhoused.
So we are down here at the Otay Mesa detention facility. As you can see, there are a lot of officers here.
A month later, she and other youth activists bound themselves to a fence outside a for-profit Otay Mesa detention facility to protest family separations at the border.
Working on immigration reform is huge for me, not only because the community that I come from is deeply affected by it, but I know that we need to find a humane and comprehensive way to deal with immigration, justice, and comprehensive reform.
Blake says immigration reform is especially important to the people of the 51st Congressional District. It covers southern San Diego County along the border and all of Imperial County, and is represented by Democrat Juan Vargas.
Any objections to the way he's representing this district?
When you take money from private prisons, as he has done, that's a huge issue. That means you are completely disconnected from the community.
California Secretary of State numbers show Corrections Corporation of America donated $1,000 to Vargas's campaign in 2010 and $2,000 in 2012. It was later renamed CoreLogic and is one of the nation's largest for-profit prison operators.
When you get into a position of power and you forget who voted you in that position of power, that's a problem. And when you get into a position of power and you stop representing the folks who got you in that position, that's a problem. When you're in a position of power and you don't continue to stand and fight for the people, that's a problem. And so I am a fixer, and when I see a problem, I fix it.
Blake says her earliest memories of fixing problems and serving others were in church with her mother. She says it was only fitting to announce her campaign on what would have been her mom's 51st birthday.
We had this conversation, so for me to now be able to move in that direction and to really be operating in the gifts and everything that my mom instilled in me is the best way I can honor her and the best way I can continue her legacy.